Okay, so I was just going to say, Sue, um, so what I'm hearing is like you're having people focus on just totally concentrating on the fragrance that you're holding under their nose, and is that helping the brain create that memory and helping the body get back to its senses of smelling? Is that what's going on?
Well, I don't know exactly because I'm not a doctor, but I do know that when you smell a fragrance, and we use a blotter strip, and by the sense of smelling, because of the olfactory bulb that connects directly to the limbic system, there is a pathway. And so when you smell something, it triggers a memory in the brain, and it triggers a memory, or it triggers some kind of an association. And that's why
Yeah,
it's so powerful. And as I say, I do tell people to try and smell with your brain. I know that sounds weird, but
mm,
it's important for them to concentrate, because at some point, everybody was born smelling. And at some point during our lives, either through um, viral disorders, colds, pneumonia, accidents, these things happen, and then you lose your sense of smell, and it becomes devastating. So at some point,
yeah.
everybody was able to smell, and now we just have to try and get it back.
Yeah, that's what I was sort of hearing, that it's triggering the brain back into its power of memory, and even though we can't smell it, something's happening as that fragrance is going up into that pathway in the brain. And I'm pretty sure we all know now that the brain's very it's very powerful, a lot more powerful than what we ever get to use. So I get what you're actually doing is just helping the brain, helping the system get that smell back. And like you said, maybe it doesn't work for everyone, but your 93% is pretty good. That's pretty high percentage.
It's really high. And so many of in fact, some of the doctors, the ENT doctors, have actually recommended my services to their clients, because they give them solutions, and they give them all kinds of other things, MRIs and all kinds of different things that
Mm,
I haven't been able to help. And so they said, well, contact Sue Phillips. So people are actually recommending me to their
that's
clients.
fantastic. Yeah. And may I ask, is it an expensive process to go through with you?
Well, I'll tell you what makes it expensive. So my fragrances are very complex. It took me 4 years to create my fragrances. And why? Because my fragrances are very complex. They are beautiful, high quality, complex fragrances. It's not just a single
Mm,
note. And so many people tell me, oh, the doctors say, go to the store and pick up a scent kit with the lemon, a rose, a eucalyptus, or coffee. Well, those are single notes, a single lemon or a single eucalyptus. My fragrances took me 4 years to develop, and they are beautiful and they're complex. And so it's the raw materials that are expensive. It's, my knowledge and my time. And we spend an hour and a half or 2 hours. So is it expensive? Not if you want to get your sense of smell back. People have told me that they've spent thousands of doctors and all these tests, and nothing has helped. So,
mm.
my scent kit is, because it has 18 beautiful perfume blends, it's $295. And then to meet with me is, I do give a certain discount for people who've had anosmia, as opposed to a regular scent session where people come to meet with me to create their own fragrance, which is pleasurable. So I do give a consideration for people who have had anosmia, because I want them to really heal. So I'd give a very
Yeah,
nice discount for that.
that's great. Oh, that's awesome. I've never heard about it. Fantastic. Doug, over to you.
Yeah. Do you allow your customers to create custom made perfumes?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Well, that's really my business. So again, if you look behind me, you'll see my perfume table. So what the regular consultation session is about is people come to me and they take my scent personality quiz, which you can actually take online on my website, suephillips.com. And they take the scent quiz, and that determines what fragrance family they are, whether they're fresh or floral or woodsy or spicy. You know, typically there are 8 different fragrance families. I don't know if you can see it here, but there are 8 different fragrance families that really span the entire olfactive palette. But it's a lot to think of. So the citrus, the floral, the spicy, the fruity, the spicy, the woody.
It sort of looks like the lickable wallpaper stuff in Willy Wonka.
Yeah. So there are 8 fragrance families, but I narrowed it down to 4 because it's easier to understand: fresh, floral, woodsy, and spicy. So they take the scent quiz. Then once they've taken the scent quiz, it reveals if they like fresh or floral or woodsy or spicy. Then we take them on a fragrance journey and we go through all our 18 blends. And the ones that they love, they can put aside, and then they mix and match and mingle about up to 4. And the 4 fragrances are very beautiful, and there's no bad combination. So, you know, Andy, you could take 3 or 4, and Doug, you can take 3 or 4. Each one would be something that you love, very distinctive, very different. And that's how you create your fragrance. And, you know, within an hour and a half, you have a fragrance. You know, it used to be that it would take 6 months to a year or longer to create a fragrance because you had to go to the forest and pick up the ingredients. And the whole process took so long. But we've been able to make it a lot shorter because I created the fragrances, and now you can select the ones that you love to create your own. So it's a modified, bespoke perfume. And then we have scent kits. This is my scent kit for Valentine's Day. It's 8 of them. It's modified from the 18 or the 12. And it has 2 fresh, 2 floral, 2 woodsy, 2 spicy. It has a little perfume bottle and the matching blotter strips. And so you can create your own with the kit.
Oh, wow.
It's a fun kit for men and women.
That's great. Look, unfortunately, we have come to the end of the podcast and the recording, but we'd love to get you back on again. And Doug will post up all your all your fragrances, how people can contact you. But we'd actually love to come back on. And what would be really great if you could possibly get permission from one of your clients to pop on and let us hear their experience of what happened. So that would be really great to have you on in a few weeks and listen to one of your clients and their experience of what they went through. And in the meantime, people can check you out with Doug. Will put all the information on this podcast and video.
That'll be fine. It'll be wonderful. I appreciate that. You know, I just had a testimonial. Somebody posted something on Google last night, and I couldn't believe it. I'd met this woman 5 years ago at a convention I did in Las Vegas. And the way she posted it on Google was just so great. So she said she just loved the fragrance that I created for her, and she recognized it. So I'd be happy to have people.
That's fantastic. So, look, I love this. I think it's really great. So, yeah, if you could let us know and organize one of your ex-clients to come on board, and we'd love to hear their story, which I think would be amazing. And I'd say in a couple of weeks' time, Doug, do you think so?
I think so, for sure. Definitely.
Yeah, great. All right. Well, look, Doug, I'll let you take us out. And Sue, thanks really for sharing that. I'm really interested. It sounds really great. And we'd love to bring you on, 3 or 4 times over the next few months, just to really, it'd be great if someone actually, took the product, having listened to this, and then had a discovery for themselves, and then we could bring them on as well,
Absolutely. I would love to help as many people as I can.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, well, thanks for your time. Thanks, Doug. And take us out to the universe and the cold weather.
Nice to meet you. Thank you so much.
All righty, everybody.
Thanks.
All righty, everybody. I'd like to thank Andy for the terrific mentorship that led to the success of RNU. Thanks to Sue Phillips for a fun time at Woman of Achievement, and we'll see you next week for the next episode.